So, the Lorcana HQ has made some pretty big announcements that are going to really impact the game and also give us a huge future into what is to be expected here for the state of the game and even more. So, what does all of that mean and what were those announcements? Let's go ahead and dive in right now. So first and foremost, JDZ was actually invited out to the Seattle office as well and was able to be a part of the live stream. Really awesome to be able to see that, and also a little preview to that as well. He's going to be a part of the World's Casting tournament there in Disney World as well, so you can expect to see him there. That is going to be an absolutely blast of a time for him as well, and for all of us watching, and there's going to be some big announcements about that as well coming into the video. But love JDZ. Go ahead and give him some support if you haven't already. Great YouTuber, great content creator for Lorcana as well. And so with that, guys, we have a couple of really big announcements that are coming, and I'm really excited to dive into it. Now, of course, we know that there were a bunch of leaks that happened the week prior, and that kind of spoiled a little bit. You know, we saw some card previews and everything like that, and there were a few things that weren't, new by any means with that as well, but we were able to get some good clarification on things. And so first and foremost, though, there were some really good new news that they were able to bring to us as well. And first and foremost, that is going to be Fabled is going to be released, or this new set is going to be released. It's going to be a collection starter set, which is going to be a really big deal here. Now, the biggest thing that's going to be about this is the fact of the matter is that this is going to be a get into the game kind of thing. It's going to be coming with a binder, for example, which is going to be pretty cool. It's going to be a 4-slot binder per page, and it's going to help you be able to collect the cards and store them properly when you get there. It's also going to be able to come with 4 packs as well. And then with that, there is also going to be a Tinkerbell promo card that is going to be exclusive to this collection pack, and then also some additional fun stuff as well. And so it's going to be really interesting. And of course, as what you're probably noticing on these card packs as well is what's going to come. First and foremost, yeah, you see that correctly. There is Goofy movie that is gonna be coming to this new set, and it has been officially announced here. Now, that is gonna be a really big deal and something that we are so excited. 90s kids, you gotta be excited about that. That was my first ever playmat, that we've seen here as well. It's the shirt I have. My, fiance even got me the vinyl for the soundtrack as well for my birthday and whatnot. And so just really awesome. We even have the board game. If you didn't know that there was a Goofy movie board game, you go on a road trip. It's really awesome. And I have been wanting Goofy movie to be a part of this for a long time. And so to finally get that to be a part of the game is going to be such a thrill to be able to have, and I could not be more excited. Now, one of the things that I'm very excited about the Fable as well, it being released in Fable, is that we're going to be essentially getting 2 years of the Goofy movie cards in rotation at least, because of course we know with Reign of Jafar next year in September, of course, those 4 sets are going to be running out of the rotation as well, and so that's going to be something to kind of anticipate there as well with that. So there's going to be a lot of fun stuff with that as well. But with this, there's going to be some really nice stuff, and they're trying to be nice to the newcomers to the game, and that's really awesome to be able to see. Is 4 packs really something to write home about? Man, maybe not, but it's still something to really help them get their feet wet and get the thrill of the game. And I mean, they're really stepping up the artwork that they have for these sets as well, and for everything that they are producing, which is something I got to give huge kudos to on them in that part. They are really stepping up the value that we are getting here, and we'll see a lot of that as we go into this video further. Now, with that as well, we have some announcements for reprints and everything, which is a really big deal as well. And we know that reprints are going to be coming. Now, if you also notice that in Fabled as well, down here in the corner, it looks like these reprints are going to be included in the, top sets as well. Now, of course, this Enchanted is going to be an additional card of the 204 cards, which is perfectly fine. That's awesome. But the regular Winnie the Pooh is not going to actually be outside of the 204 cards. So reprints are going to be part of the 204 cards. And so that's going to be something to keep in mind. And also with that, we're getting some previews into the cards that are going to be coming into the reprints so far. We have Maleficent, which is going to be a set champ card. We have Pooh here as well. We have Tinkerbell Giant Fairy, which you've already seen. Stitch Rockstar, and things of that nature. And so they're kind of picking and choosing the cards that they love, but also some cards that are going to be, meta in that case. And so with that, that's going to be interesting to see how these rotations work out. Steel Song might be not having as many singers, or, the type of removal that Steel has been able to have. They might also in the following sets as well bring back, Zeus's and things like that in the following sets. But, we don't know exactly what all of that entails. But with Fabled, that's going to be releasing early September. So we have, of course, at the end of May, the Reign of Jafar, and that's going to be really interesting to be able to see. But even after that, we're going to have till, of course, September before we actually are able to get our hands on the next set. So it looks like, yeah, every 3 months, of course, like we've expected, we're going to be going through that. And then, of course, with that as well, we also have set 10, which is Whispers in the Well, which is also going to be releasing in Q4 of 2025. And so we got some additional information for you guys with that as well, but we are going to try to move through this as fast as we can for you guys. Now, we also have some really cool stuff coming your way as well. It is going to be epic rarity, which is going to be higher than, of course, the, legendary, but less rare than Enchanted's, of course. So it's going to be full art. It's going to be looking good. And they showed off, a 3D animation. Now, of course, that's not going to look nearly as good as seeing it in person, but it's still really cool that they're able to do stuff like this, especially because other card games have a lot better looking foiled cards, at least for now. Lorcana is looking like they're really stepping it up, and that was kind of the hardest part too, because you're collecting and you have your enchanteds, and that was really it. That was all that you necessarily had. But now they're even giving more full art cards, they're giving more enchanted cards, they're giving iconic cards, things of that nature. And so with Fabled, of course, we're going to be seeing some Elsa and things like that as well. And so they are going to be more rare than legendary, and it looks like there's going to be 18 in the set. And then, of course, there's going to be the first 2 iconic rarities in Fabled as well, and that's going to be the Mickey, which is going to be enchanted, and also the Mini, and that is going to be even more rare than enchanted. And I mean, some people are saying, usually you're about to find 1 per, box, which is 4 cases of packs, and that's a lot. So it's going to be really hard, and these cards are going to be absolutely expensive. But they even created a new 3D red. You see that at the top. It's going to be a 3D red, graphic thing right there, which is going to be really impressive. It looks really good, and it's going to be from existing cards. And so 2 iconics to be able to look forward to that with. Now, of course, as well with that, there's a lot of stuff here as well. Here's, of course, what all these are going to look like, and iconic is going to be a lot different, but of course, it's just really nice. I love, again, that they are actually taking the time to build enchanteds, epics, and all of that jazz as well. Looks really good, and so that's awesome to be able to see. Now, of course, with Fabled, the set champ card has been revealed, and it's going to be a full art enchanted Maleficent. Now that is gonna be one to go after. Maleficent, I mean, it's just a really good card. It does suck that it is like, a card that we've already kind of seen a lot of play from. But the fact of the matter is that this is a really awesome looking card right here, and so that's going to be an absolute blast to be able to try to collect. And it's nice that they're able to get this going, so I'm curious to see how that is going to go. Now, the biggest thing here that they are going to be releasing and talking about is that it looks like every September now is going to be a set rotation where they rotate out 4 sets. 4 sets. And so when September comes and Fabled is released, then that means first chapter through Ursula's Return is going to be no more in standard, essentially, or in the base game, whatever they're calling it. And then the following year on top of that as well, then everything up until the Reign of Jafar. So, in September of 2026, then the next 4 sets are going to be removed. at that point. And it's going to be really interesting to see how all of that plays out. This is just something that happens with card games. It's very common for these types of things to happen, especially just because you don't want all of those cards. They've also already made a separate, series called Infinity Constructed, which includes all the cards, which is a good move as well. And so it is kind of tough that they are removing 4 at once. I was kind of hoping that, when Fabled came out, they would just remove First Chapter. And then when Set 10 came out, they would remove Floodborn, Set 11, Inklands. But it is still really nice that you're going to be able to play with all 4, and then all of them are going to be taken out. The thing that kind of is tough with this, though, is that Reign of Jafar, for example, we're only going to be essentially getting a year with this set, and then it's going to just be completely banned. And that can be a really difficult thing, especially when you are dropping probably $200 a set release. That can be really difficult to try to keep up with that as well. Now, with that as well, with the Infinity Constructed, before we go into this announcement as well, is that there are going to be Infinity Constructed tournaments that are going to be included with challenges. And the biggest thing is, he said this year. So after Worlds, there's a good chance that come October, come November, things like that, we could be getting some challenges that are going to be announced, and that's going to be pretty incredible to be able to see as well. And so that's going to be something to really look forward to on that, and something to really understand as well. Now, of course, with Infinity Constructed as well, they are going to be having their own ban lists outside of the standard as well. And so they don't necessarily always want to make the bans and things of that nature, but they do want to try to push the envelope on what is, going to be great cards. And so there's going to be that power creep that exists in every single card game. Magic the Gathering has really pushed it a little bit too far at this point, in my opinion. But, power creep in card games is a very normal thing as well. It's just how it happens to be. Now, of course, they are still going to be banning cards here and there. That's not going to be their priority to really just errata everything and just ban everything that happens to be too strong. But they really want to make sure that they have a wide meta, and rightfully so. And I'm happy that they're wanting to do that. Now, of course, with that as well, Worlds is going to be in June 28th through 29th, and so that is going to be really awesome. Now, keyword, he said it is going to be closed this time. That's going to be the biggest keyword here. This is the first Worlds, and I assume that, because it is the first Worlds, and they did have a brand new team that was hired for this, you saw that they were able to talk to the head guy that is leading all of these new events that are coming up. And it is a really difficult thing to be able to do that. And so I understand why this Worlds is specifically closed. It's a lot to plan for. And of course, that's why also we didn't hear anything about what Worlds was going to be. We didn't have any challenges. They were in the process of literally building up that team. And so now that that team is pretty much formed, there's still a couple of more people, of course, that they are going to need to hire, and they said so. But luckily, they have, a locations team, and they're going to be looking to scale all of that up as things continue to develop. And so that's going to be really awesome to be able to see. And I'm excited to see how all of that is going to unravel as we go. Now, with that, we are going to be having a whole new world, Enchanted, that is going to be up for grabs as you watch Worlds. And they're going to have more information as that comes to see how all of that is going to be. And so if you want that whole new world championship thing, now, of course, this Enchanted, it still does say EN1, which means it's not going to be a part of, Fabled or any of the sets after that as well. So it could actually still be going out of rotation. Will it, though? I'm not quite sure. I think they still will probably reprint it. I don't see why they would give out an Enchanted at Worlds for people who are watching, and then all of a sudden, come Fabled, you can't play with it. That's the thing, but we'll see. Time will tell, of course, with that, but it's really cool that they are going to be doing that. Now, of course, they also announced the casters, and one day, I'm sure that's going to be me. That's always been a dream of mine, to be a part of this team that is able to cast challenges or even Worlds as well. I'm trying to build up the YouTube channel, as you guys have seen, and also even run a casted tournament as well, which is really fun to be a part of, and I love casting the matches as well. But with that, though, they have announced who is going to be here, and it is going to be Rebecca JDZ, who is one of the most awesome guys in this realm. Brandon, awesome guy, and Liam, and Lorcana villain Baker himself, who is coming from across the sea to go to Disney World and cast this tournament. Now, of course, if you with him, you always have to take a shot whenever he sings "Be Prepared." That's just how it is. Now, the biggest thing about that too, and one of the fun things is they have Palace Heist, which is going to be a new game that is going to be a part of it, just like what we saw with Ursula. This is going to be, of course, a heist where you're trying to go in and try to steal the crown from Jafar because now he is all powerful, and that is going to be difficult to be able to do. And the nice part about this is it is a box. That's going to be one of the biggest things here. That is so nice that they were able to do that. It is a box. It is a hardcover board, and it's a double-sided art board as well, which is really cool, with storage boxes for everything and nice little board pieces. So that's really awesome to be able to see all of that and that they were able to get that going. Really excited to see all of that. And then, of course, with that, we got some Reign of Jafar cards. Now, of course, I'm not going to be going over the cards that were already leaked, for example, but Reign of Jafar, we have an Enchanted Jasmine. And guys, they are stepping it up. Plain and simple. They are stepping it up with what they are revealing so far. It is looking really good. I mean, really good. And then with that, of course, they have also revealed that in Reign of Jafar, we're getting some Bambi this time. Now, of course, Bambi himself, but the other cards are still looking actually pretty good. The Thumper might be pretty decent as well, giving +3 attack to a chosen character, being a 0/3. That could be pretty powerful come turn 3. And then, of course, Flower as well. Whenever you play another character, look at the top card of your deck, put it on either the top or bottom. And so that can be nice to be able to go through some things. Then, of course, we got the new Pluto as well. And while this character has no damage, he gets +2 attack and gains support. So he can add 4, which is just absolutely insane. But rightfully so. If you're paying 6 for him, that's going to be a pretty nice thing. And of course, with that as well, we've already seen this one, but you gotta talk about it. Pull the lever. It's a really good card. It's going to be a dual link as well. Pull the lever, and you draw 2 cards, or each opponent chooses and discards a card. So that's going to be really interesting to be able to see. Also, really nice to see that EA is getting some more card draw, especially as we might see, some stuff being taken out of rotation on this next set as well. With that as well, we are going to be seeing this new Minnie Mouse, and this is going to be a promo card as well. So for each case that you buy, you are going to be getting, or for each box that you buy, you are going to be getting this card in the promo, which is going to be really awesome to see. And it is Bodyguard 08, and then when this character gets +1 attack for each damage on her, which is just going to be absolutely insane. And a 08 for 4. That is going to be interesting, and that can be an absolute game changer for this color combination. And then, of course, we're getting some more puppy support. It's still kind of like even Rogue at this point, and even then barely. But it at least has Ward, and then while you have another puppy character in play, this character gets +1 lore gain, which is really awesome to be able to see how some of that goes. It still does need some more card draw, though, in my opinion. Now, lady, here we go. Whenever you play or whenever you play a character, this character gets +1 attack on the turn, and while this character has 3 attack or more, she gets +2 lore, so she can quest for 3 at a 1 cost. So, that can be pretty good for a 1-drop, and that is some really good support as well for Lady, especially with all the 1-drops that this color combination. We've been seeing Chernodogs being absolutely great in this color combination. It's actually been winning some pretty big tournaments like the 500-player tournament in Germany. And so this Lady could very well replace the other Lady, because if you go turn 1 Lady, and then you go ahead and turn 2 drop some things out onto the board and things like that, it can be really good. Now, of course, the Aladdin is going to be really interesting as well, because whenever one of your ally characters quests, you may remove 2 damage from this character. And of course, we've seen, Jafar and things like that have been a part of the set as well. And so that is going to be really awesome to be able to see. And with that, too, we got the new set. We kind of already have hinted to that. I mean, look at that artwork. That is just good. Good artwork. Absolutely love how this looks. Now, it's going to be called Whispers in the Well, and whispers are going to be the brand new thing that they discovered. Now, what does that mean? No idea, but we'll see. They're at least going to be exploring and finding out what whispers are, and that's going to be Q4 of 2025, so probably December is when it is going to be coming out. There's also going to be 2 new properties that are also included in this. Black Cauldron, which is really interesting. Love the lore of everything. Not a great movie, but love the lore and the art of that movie at least. And Gargoyles, one of the best 90s shows. So 90s kids just had a absolute insane announcements there with all of that, and to be able to have all of that is absolutely incredible. And so that's going to be Q4. And then finally, as well, Darkwing Duck is going to be coming as well in 2026. That's going to be really cool to be able to see. I mean, come on. I mean, like I said, 90s kids, we got it. We got everything that we dreamed of and more at this point with all the announcements today. So that was really cool to be able to see. Now, the biggest thing too is Amazon, of course, revealed a couple of things about this set as well. And that's going to be really interesting to see. So this is what the back of the box looks like. You can go ahead and pause this and see what these troves are going to be looking like and what artwork is going to be included with all the packs and everything like that. It's going to be really interesting. The lore counter looks really good. The dice looks really good. So I'm excited to see that at least. And then, of course, these are some more cards that are going to be included. Now, of course, we've seen the top two. We've even seen the Jasmine, the Rapunzel has been reviewed. And Bruno, though, is going to be a new one, which is really interesting. Whenever this character sings a song, you may draw a card for each character you have in play. So Amber Amethyst is going to be a little bit crazy. Now, of course, getting to that 7 is going to be a little difficult, of course, especially since Amber Amethyst in the meta right now has at least been a little bit more aggro, but still, if it goes a little bit more mid-range, and I mean, we have the Amethyst cards to be able to do so. And then, of course, we do have the new Milana 4-cost 3/3 with Reckless, and during this turn, this character gains something. And so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And then, of course, some additional cards that they're talking about. Stitch, for example, 4-cost 3/4. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may draw a card and gain a lore. Pretty dang good. And so with that as well, we see a Singer 6 Tiana for a 4-cost, and so they are putting some more song or singers in there, and whenever you play a song, each opposing character gets something until your next turn. And Pinocchio as well is going to be saying evasive 0/4 for 4, quest for 2, and once per during your turn. Whenever you're ready, this character, you may draw a card. So some more card draw for that. That can be some pretty awesome moves right there. And while you have another exerted character in play, this character can't be challenged. So he's a great ally. 3/3, quest for 2. And so that's going to be really fun and some fun stuff. Now, of course, you can still take them out with removal as well, but still, that's going to be something really cool to be able to take in here. So what are you guys most excited about? What they have announced today so far? There was a lot of stuff, and I tried to get through it as quickly as possible so that we don't last nearly as long as what they did with those announcements. But let me know what you guys thought with that set. What are you looking forward to with the future of Lorcana? What are some things also that you're kind of not liking here with all of this? Go ahead and let me know down in the comments below, and please go ahead and subscribe to me if you so choose. We love to make some great Lorcana content, and we're trying to grow the channel. So without any further ado, guys, and with that all being said, have a good one.